got the concept right. Double moral bitterness is not my time, but still it kinda works on you.
Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to another, you guessed it, dope ass video. This video is going to be a little bit different than my other videos in the past. So you probably know by the title and thumbnail of this video. And if you haven't already guessed it, this is my coming out video. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, you probably saw my channel was Leslie Anna, Leslie Spencer, and now it's Liam Spencer. So yes, I am what you call FTM, or transgender, or trans male, or basically female to male. I'm transgender. I actually have the transgender flag behind me. And yeah, so basically what transgender is, just a little definition for you guys, is I was born female, but I identify as male. I was born female, grew up my whole life till about 6 months ago, technically female, but now I identify as male. And so basically I just wanted to finally tell you guys, it's been a while. I've been wanting to film this video for 6 months now, ever since I came out to my friends and family. And I just didn't know when the right time was, but I think now is a good time. So yeah, basically I'm transgender. That was really cheesy, but anyways, besides the point, I wanted to kind of take this video also to kind of talk to you about some ways I personally kind of knew I was transgender. Everyone's story is different. You can go on tons of YouTube videos and hear everybody's take, but this is my take. I do want to make this interesting for you guys. I don't want to just keep talking on, and if you don't want to hear my story, go watch some of my other videos. This channel is going to be both. I want to make transgender videos for people that are transgender and watching this, or just want to hear my story or see my progression through it. I will be filming that, but I will still be filming challenges, vlogs, normal YouTube stuff, because I love doing that. So if you don't want to watch this, go ahead, go click on any of my other videos. It's completely fine. I do a bunch of other stuff as well, but I also wanted to do this not just for you guys, but for me. And also, I hope I can make it somewhat enjoyable. I know it's been kind of boring right now, just because I had to make sure I get all that information out of the way. But I do want to try and make this enjoyable, so I'm going to tell you a few like story time or incidents in my life at a young age leading up to where I am now that kind of made me realize that, hey, something's different. I'm not female. And so, yeah, so let's get into it. I'm going to start. There's incidents from a young age, which is textbook, like transgender people have incidents or things at a young age that make them realize, but I didn't really realize what transgender was till I was older, and then it took me a while to actually be like, hey, this is what I am. And also to clarify, I'm not like ashamed of it at all. I'm super excited. I finally figured out who I am. A lot of people take some while to figure out who they are, no matter if you're transgender, gay, lesbian, whatever you are, straight, whatever. It takes people to realize who they are. So I'm happy that I figured it out, and it's made life incredibly more enjoyable. And this is my story, basically. So at a young age, basically I had mainly guy friends growing up. I never liked wearing girl clothes. So growing up, everyone just assumed I was like a tomboy. I would only like wearing guy clothes. I would wear like jeans and a t-shirt and stuff. And then at a young age, my mom kind of told me, you can't wear guy clothes every single day. And I was like, in my head, I was like, why not? But it's my mom, I have to listen. So she was like, you can pick one day a week to wear them. So I was like, okay. My little self was like, Wednesday, middle of the week, you know. And so I wore my boy clothes on Wednesday, and then she made me wear girl clothes the rest of the days. So, one time, I forget how old I was, but one time I remember this incident very well, is I remember being in the bathroom, and I was like, you know what, heck yeah, boy clothes. I was like, I get to be a boy for that day. I was like, this is when I get to actually be myself. So I was like, frick yeah, I want to be a boy. I I remember as a young age, I was like wanted to be a boy, but I was like, I'm a girl. Like, you can't do that. You can't just want to be a boy and magically I'm a boy. But I was like, frick yeah, I get to be a boy on Wednesday. So I remember this one specific time, I have a brother and I put his cologne on in the bathroom because we shared a bathroom. And I was like, yeah, like I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I'm a boy. I'm going to wear the cologne. Like, I was so hyped. And then I remember I was walking out to go to school and my mom was like, she was like, what's that smell? And I was like, cologne, like I get to be a boy today, like I'm gonna wear cologne, like what are you thinking? And I just remember she got so pissed at me. She was like, you can't wear cologne, that's for guys, you're a girl, blah blah. And she got so angry and I was just like, I didn't really understand like what her problem was. I was just like, so that was like one incident where I was just like, okay, I have to be a girl, but I never really felt like a girl. So that was one instant, whatever that word is. I don't know English very well, but that was one thing that happened as a child where I was like, okay, like, yeah, like, that was, I just wanted to be myself, and that Wednesdays were the day that I felt the most comfortable in what I wore. I felt confident, all that, versus the other days of the week. And then there was another thing in elementary school. We had this after school program called IIE. Don't know what it stands for. Beats me. You can look it up. I don't know. That's just what it was called. And I remember one time this girl, I think she was like a high schooler, I'm not sure. She was older, but not like, I don't think she was a teacher. She was like hanging out with all the kids and we were like playing around, and I remember she said something to us. I was with some other kids, I don't remember who. And she was like, and it was like a folk's tale type thing, I don't know, where she was like, if you kiss, she's like, you guys know, if you kiss the tip of your elbow, you turn into a boy. So little me was thinking, oh my gosh, this is my opportunity. Everything in my life would make sense now. I would fit in, like, this is my opportunity to be who I actually am. Of course, kissing your elbow does not turn you into a boy. Disclaimer. But my little brain was like, oh yeah. So I was like really serious. Everyone else was like, nah, that's not, I'm not gonna do that. People were like trying and stuff. But I was like, how the frick am I gonna kiss the tip of my elbow? Like, this is a goal of mine, basically. And so she was like, so I was talking to her and I was like, I really want to, like, all this. I remember this whole thing. And then she was like, and I was trying really hard and I couldn't do it. And I was like, how am I gonna do this? And she was like, oh, you could do it if I like broke your arm. Little me was thinking, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good, just break my arm. Whoever this girl is probably should be fired. Like, you're gonna break some little kid's arm. She legit was gonna break my arm to turn me into a boy. Which, I mean, shout out to her, but like, who is the school hiring? Where are they getting these people from? And so, basically, I didn't break my arm or kiss my elbow because I was like, my brain, even though I was like gullible, I was still like, is this really gonna work? Is it gonna be worth breaking my arm? What am I gonna tell my mom? Like, I don't know, little kid responses were going through my head. So I didn't end up doing it, but I remember wanting to so badly, and I was like, this would make my life make sense. And so that was another, like, those two things were probably really big influences into how I felt at a young age. And then growing up, my mom just always told me, like, oh, you're a girl, you have to be a girl. Oh, what guys do you like, what this? And she just kept putting things in my head, which, I mean, I love my mom, don't get me wrong, she's a great woman. But she would put these things in my head that were like standards I had to like follow, even though deep down I knew it wasn't me, and I knew that these weren't things I necessarily had to follow, but I didn't want to make my mom mad, I didn't want to make her upset, I wanted to be the girl that she wanted me to be. But growing up, it was just a lot of standards that I could not meet, and that I put pressure on myself, so I tried in high school dressing more like a girl. Didn't work, I'd go back to just wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I tried in a date to dance, I tried wearing dresses, I tried wearing makeup, I tried all of these things, and they just were never me. I was never satisfied, I never understood what life was like being me. I knew how I was on the inside. I was a nice person. I liked filming. I liked going to school. For the most part, I don't really like school that much, but I knew all these things in the inside I was, but it never reflected to the outside, and it never made sense in my head because all these girls were like starting to have feelings for guys and like guys, and I didn't. I was like, they're just guys. Like, I don't get what you're talking about. And like all these things I knew, but I didn't know what these feelings were I was having. Skip forward to last year, my freshman year of college. This year was a big game changer to me. I learned a lot about myself in, I guess, a short amount of time, and it helped me realize who I was. So again, I had all these standards on me, I was like, oh, college dorm, I'm gonna like have a cute dorm room, and then I'm gonna wear cute clothes, and guys are gonna like me, and I'm gonna feel more like a girl, and all these things, which was not, it didn't end up happening like that. I had somewhat, but I was still me, and none of that stuff was me. I'm a tomboy, I like sports, I was a tomboy, like, that was just who I was, and so I kept trying, and I was like, maybe eventually, so then I was like, maybe if I get a boyfriend, I'll feel like more of a girl. So I did. I got a boyfriend last year. We did for about 5-ish months, but I always just saw him as a friend. He was a great guy. I wish him the best, but I just always saw him as a friend and nothing more. But I gave him my best chance, as I was like, a guy likes me, like, he really likes me, like, I should have girly feelings and stuff like that. And it never was the case for me. I never felt any of those things. He was just a friend. When we kissed, it was just kind of like, okay, like, we kissed. And so after realizing all of these incidents from when I was little, leading up to high school, all these feelings, and I just put them all together, and I was like, you know what? I'm transgender. I was like, I'm not lesbian, because I hate wearing dresses. And I mean, you could be lesbian and hate wearing dresses too. For me, it wasn't that case. It was like, I hate everything involving being a girl. I don't feel like a girl. I don't want boobs. I don't want anything. Like, I never have. I never will. Like, that's just not me. And so that's when I kind of just realized, like, hey, I'm transgender. And I'm like, I'm not ashamed that I'm transgender. In fact, I'm happy, because being transgender to me was like hope. It was like a light. It was like a light at the end of a dark tunnel. Like, I was like, life for 20 years does not make any sense to me. I don't know how people have these feelings. I had feelings, but I don't know how. Everything was super confusing for me. But when I realized I was transgender and I found that light at the end of the tunnel, I was like, suddenly, all of a sudden, life made sense. I don't know if anyone will understand that. For people that are transgender, they probably do. For people who aren't, my friends, family, anyone watching, that is how I felt. It was like a light at the end of a dark tunnel. And because of it, I'm like, this last 6 months since coming out as transgender being transgender can be difficult. People can discriminate against you. People can do things. Like, I'm not saying being transgender is easy, but compared to my life before I was transgender, being transgender and being who I am, because that's what transgender is way more fulfilling, way more thrilling, way more anything than I ever lived in my 20 years of life. Like, these last 6 months have been the best 6 months of my entire life. Not because I'm doing well in school, not because my YouTube channel blew up, not because any of those things were the case. Literally because I am finally living the life I always deserved. A life I was meant to have. And because of that, I don't know what else to say. Like, that is my story, that is who I am. I am incredibly thankful for the people who have been supportive and who haven't discriminated against me. I'm thankful for the school I go to. I'm thankful for the friends and family I have. I'm thankful for everyone in this process. I'm thankful for you guys. And without any of you and my friends and family, like, and could have been a whole different experience, and it's not the same for everybody. And I know that, but I do know that if people still discriminate against me, living this life is way more fulfilling for me, and is who I see myself and who I want to be, that I'm okay being discriminated against. I'm okay with all that because I look in the mirror and I'm happy with who I am versus before when I looked in the mirror and I was happy, don't get me wrong, inside, but on the outside, I never saw myself the way I see myself now. And because of that, that's why I'm proud to sit here and say, I am proud to be transgender. I'm proud to be a trans man. I may still have breasts. People may still call me she. People still may call me other things. People still might not use my preferred name, Liam. People might still do that. But I know that there's people that do call me Liam and all these other things. And no matter what, I walk around with the confidence I've never had. I walk around with a smile on my face, and I walk around knowing I'm who I am and people are seeing me who I view myself, which is the most important thing in the entire world. I don't care how much money I have, any of that. I'm just glad I finally get to live a life where I am me. I don't know what else to say, guys. That is basically my story. Thank you for watching. I know it got intense. It's a more serious video than I have made in the past, but I'm so happy I finally just get to tell you guys, and you guys get to hear the story of me being transgender. And there'll be other things that come. If you want ideas of stuff you want me to talk about, leave a comment below. I tried to get as much information as I could out to you guys, but if I missed anything or you want to know more about me coming out to my friends or what steps I'm going to take on my journey, I'm excited to make some more videos about like who I am, so you guys get to know me besides my fun little videos, which I love to film. So if you want to watch those still, please subscribe and watch those, because those videos are like, this is my passion. Those videos are like what I want to do, but I also want to have more serious videos to help out my transgender people or help people to understand transgenderism, and maybe I can make some videos like about people discriminating and all that, because yes, also disclaimer, I am a Christian. I was a Christian before, I'm still a Christian now. My faith does not change no matter who you are, lesbian, gay, bisexual, straight, whatever you are. I'm a Christian. I love everybody. I love myself still. Like, my religion is not going to change. I don't discriminate against people. I make a video about that, about my religion, about being a Christian, being transgender, all that, because I think that's pretty interesting too. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below, even just to say hi. Just say hi, what's up, I'm transgender. I'd love to hear from you guys. I don't know how many people will watch this, but yes, that is my story. And I want to change the game for transgender people as well as transgender creators, because I don't think we all have to be so-called transgender YouTubers. I think we're just all YouTubers that are just sharing our story just like anybody else, and I think it'd be cool to have a community of YouTuber creators that happen to be transgender. And I don't know, I just have tons of ideas, but none of it could be possible without you guys' help. So if you would please hit that subscribe button, leave me your comments down below. Just say hey, just say what's up. I do read all my comments. And thank you guys again so much. I know I've said a lot, but I do thank you guys. I'm just thankful that I had this opportunity to share this on a platform where people can see it and hopefully relate with me or want to join me and all that. And so with that being said, unlike all my other videos, it's been real. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. Love you guys. Bye.